So number 4, support. Big one, feedback, feedback, feedback. Why am I repeating myself? Well, feedback is huge, and we've seen a lot of founders that have a million things going on, are managing really large franchise organizations, are back on those meetings, maybe not in person, but they're on weekly meetings. Founders jumping on calls, helping, every week. We had Jeff Duden on from Homefront Brands a couple months ago, and he does a standing call with whichever franchisee wants to join. They're more than welcome. It's not a mandatory call, and they can jump in. So these are just for owners, and he has different calls lined up, but owners can come in. And sometimes if one owner is having an issue, or vice versa, one owner is having success in a specific area, they can sit down and discuss it. Jeff, being the founder, can go in and make those changes to say, you know what, these are some great changes, or these are some great ideas that we can essentially assist with. We can, maybe it'll take some time to put that in, or change up the marketing, or maybe it's an extra piece of collateral that's super helpful, or a video, or whatever the case may be. But hearing directly from the franchisees is crucial. So support is something that, again, part of the efficiency, part of the AI, but really listening to the franchise owners. Franchise owners have great ideas. Subway franchisees had created the idea of the $5 a foot long. McDonald's franchisees had come up with the filet of fish, and that list goes on. There's multiple examples. So may not take your idea initially, or that's something that they may think about, but always provide feedback and never be shy to ask for support. Franchisor may not realize, maybe one person's struggling, but a lot of people are having the same issues. It may even be a vendor. Maybe the franchisor is using a third party for the call center, and you're not getting the best. You haven't had the best experience, but letting the franchisor before it becomes a huge issue. So these standing calls, as opposed to just, contacting your coach or your main point of contact, I think it's big. Part of this process too, and another part of the standing kind of calls that they're having is franchisors. A lot of founders and CEOs are also now on the development, or I should say the sales side. When you're looking at a franchise, you're not just having to wait until maybe a discovery day at the very end of the process. What they're doing is they're getting involved, and they're making sure the fit's there. They're making sure they understand the questions, the concerns that are coming up. They're able to explain, hey, I am the captain of the ship, as I always say. You've heard me say this over and over again. This is where the business is going. This is where we're now. We're thinking of adding some revenue streams. We're thinking of that. We're going to add, or maybe we keep everything the same, but we're looking to add 50 franchisees and double our system. With that being said, with 100 franchisees, now we can really go after national accounts, because we have this larger footprint across the country. And this way we're able to offer and work with some national providers in all 50 states to provide XYZ service. So that's a big one. National accounts. What we're also seeing this is still under support, is hiring full-time staff, 1, 2, 3 employees. That's all they are doing. They're working with these national brands like Home Depots and Lowe's. And we've heard this over and over again, and striking deals, hey, we're going to be your national provider for painting. With that being said, for any job that comes in, you would get X amount referral fee, but now you just extended that as a national footprint. A lot of brands are doing this at no additional cost to the franchisee. That's part of the brand marketing or general marketing funds. And I'm not speaking for all brands. This is just what I've heard in general. There's 4,000 companies. Everyone does business a little bit differently, but the national accounts are big, because now you have this footprint. Lowe's, a well-known brand, everyone, it's sort of Lowe's, McDonald's, Home Depots and things like that. So getting in with these companies is really big. And not only just national accounts with getting new business, but, if you're a painting concept, working with some of the larger companies like Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, and some others, working on, the larger the system, economies of scale, going back to, what kind of pricing can we get? We have 100 franchisees all in the painting space. What kind of pricing can we get? Are there rebates back to the franchisor? That happens on occasion, where they kick back a couple percentage points back to the franchisor. Franchisor could keep that fund, reinvest it back into the franchisee, or we've seen it where it's a complete pass through back to the franchise owner. So, which is really cool, because now they really get to reduce their costs and increase their profit margins by even a couple percent, when you're doing several $1 million in business, that really adds up fast. So support is huge. And then I think we did a show. I think we just did a show on this entire topic, but it's the idea of community.